Hey there, this is Jeff Nelson. I'm a realtor down here in Low, Alabama. And as you know, if you have seen any of my videos, you know I not only feature real estate, because that's what I do, but also like to feature our community and small businesses and parks and things like that. So anyway, on that note, please subscribe if you want to continue to see more about our beautiful part of the world. But if you were like me, you cannot get through your morning without coffee. And so what I wanted to do today I'm featuring the best place to get a cup of coffee in Foley, Alabama. Now, I knew about these places already. I'm through here all the time, of course, with my work. But I decided to go on Yelp, and I found, and I wasn't surprised, by the way, but I found three small local businesses that were at the top of the list of Yelp for the best coffee in Foley. And so I am featuring those great companies today. Just went to one. Now I'm going to talk about a little about each one a little more through the video, but yes, Foley does have the international franchise that starts with an S down the street, but everybody knows about that. And quite frankly, I like to honor and support our small local business people. So sometimes you can get better food and better coffee too. And I'm sipping on one now that I'll mention here in a second, but it's good. It's really good. So anyway, hit subscribe for me if you want to hear more about our great area. Anyway, check this video out. Support our local business people. And contact me if you want to buy a home or condo. Simple as that. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, as I said earlier when I was sitting in my truck, I visited three places today, and I'm kind of amped up with all the coffee that I drank because anyway, the coffee was fantastic, but I am wired right now. Went to Yelp first, as I mentioned, and went to the top three places. This first one I'm going to talk about was number 3 on the list, and let's see, yeah, it was number 3. This is called the Gypsy Queen Java, and it's located at 109 West Laurel Avenue. There is a great vibe to this funky little coffee shop in downtown Foley. It is just, the first word that comes to mind is just cool. It's got eclectic furniture, it's got really interesting artwork. You can even buy CBD there if that's what you're into. But they have a nice, it's kind of on the small side, but they do have a nice selection of just regular standard coffee. But then they have signature drinks too, like the Government Mule, which is what I had, which was caramel, espresso, and milk. I had it with sugar-free caramel because I am watching my figure. But other signature drinks like Midnight Rider, Stairway to Heaven, Bohemian Rhapsody, just some really cool signature coffee drinks along with your standard coffee drinks. There was a good selection for a small place like this. There was a good selection of sandwiches, bagels, baked goods. They even have a quiche of the day. I just love the place. It's going to be a definitely go-to spot for me when I'm traveling through. So Gypsy Queen Java, number 3, and I see that it is no surprise, I should say, why they made the top 3 on Yelp's list. So check it out, Gypsy Queen Java on Lower Avenue. It's right in downtown where all the other older established buildings are with the all the old shops. So check it out. Okay, so coming in at number 2 is the Southern Shores Coffee Shop that is located probably about a half mile south of downtown Foley. It is at 716 McKenzie Street. This is a large coffee shop, and it's ranked number 2. Got a lot of good reviews on this one, but it's large. It probably seats maybe 50 or 60 people, or maybe even more. But one thing that I really I was impressed about was
when you first walk in and to the right, there's this great pool table, and then to the left there was a couple of pinball machines. What that tells me is they just want people to hang out, have some good coffee, and enjoy themselves. Large place as you walk through. It's kind of long and narrow. And on the left-hand side, you got a big open air kitchen area where they do all their coffees and provide quite a bit of food too. But the coffee menu was fairly large. You can get everything that you would expect, like hot drinks, cold drinks, espresso drinks, as well as frappes. Oh, and by the way, I did Google how to pronounce frappe, so I am correct on that. All I know is it's kind of like a Slurpee that tastes like coffee, and it's really good. But anyway, also they had an abundance of flavorings, different flavors for your coffee, and also a really good amount of variety for sugar-free syrups, which I appreciated. So, so far as their food menu goes, they had breakfast, lunch, and dessert. You can get a ham, egg, and Swiss on a bagel. You can even get a club on a ciabatta bread. Now, I'm going to give them some kudos for the ciabatta because I'm a foodie, and you're scoring food conscious points with me if you're offering ciabatta bread. So that was good. And then another thing that I picked up on was one of their desserts. In addition to a good amount of baked goods, they also had cannolis. And who doesn't love a cannoli? So Southern Shores, ranked number 2 on the list. And it was really good. I had a regular coffee with sugar-free vanilla. Delicious coffee. And they had several different brews there. So anyway, check it out. On to number 1. Coming in last, but also actually number 1 on Yelp's list is the Drowzee Poet. This is located right at the southern end of the downtown Foley area. Everybody knows this place because it's a very unique establishment. It is a refurbished gas station, filling station type thing that's has probably been there for decades, but it looks pretty cool now. If you're a local or if you've just a traveler coming through to our beautiful beach, I'm sure you've seen it, and you've probably it's got a good stage presence out there, and you can tell that they've done a lot of work to it. And it looks fantastic. You walk inside, and it's just really a cool and hip vibe to the whole thing. Where the 2 big bays are, where they used to work on the cars. Of course, everything is totally refurbished. But that area where the big bay doors are, that's the main area. That's where you go get your food or coffee. That's where most of the seating is. They also have a little place up front where you can sit, kind of like a bar area where you can sit that faces out front. And then they also have some outdoor seating that's under the overhang where you would actually get your gas in the old days. Love this place. They had a very large selection of coffee drinks, everything you can imagine. One thing that I noticed in particular is they have a large variety of signature drinks with the names of poets and authors and that type of thing. So I was really impressed with that. They have smoothies, brewed coffees, hot and cold drinks, what you would expect. But the smoothie thing, that they have a large smoothie selection too. Food-wise, cookies, muffins, scones, quiche, they had Kaneka sausage sliders, all kinds of different things, bagels of course. This is a good mix. The Drowzee Poet is a good mix of nostalgia and great coffee. Inside it kind of looks like, it's reminiscent of like a New York style loft type of look. Tall ceilings, I don't know, it's a really cool vibe in there. I would definitely check it out. I liked all 3 locations that I went to today, but if I had to give a slight nod, I would give the slight nod to the Drowzee Poet. I loved it, the coffee was great. I liked the vibe that they had going on there. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful, and please check in with me for more videos about our incredible area. and the little known gem of the South being Lower Alabama. See you next time.